Yo, it's been a while since I made a video, but today I just wanted to quickly compare the Stax 007 Mark 1s with the dust cover and without the dust cover. And so these two pairs, one of them is serial number around 71,900 and the other is 71,200s. And so there's only a slight difference between the two pairs. You can see there's a slight darker headband on one of the pairs compared to the other, and that's basically the only difference that I see between the two headphones in terms of their appearance. And so I compared the sound of these two headphones using this song Midnight Sun by Ivy. It's a random song suggested to me by Amazon Music, and it has all the different aspects of the music that you can use as a comparison between two headphones. You know, it has cymbals, drums, vocals, and all that stuff. So when I compare these two headphones, my first impression is that the one without the dust cover is more dimensional, has better depth. In the sound images, you can kind of feel that there's a layering in terms of the depth of each of the sound images compared to the one with the dust cover, which is more smudgy in terms of the sound images, and it doesn't have the same dimensionality and immediacy in terms of the microdynamics on the one with the dust cover. And so usually when I compare headphones, I have this thing I call a placebo factor, which is the likelihood that what I'm hearing is within the bounds of a placebo effect. And in this case, I really am very confident that what I'm hearing, the improvement I'm hearing in the sound without the dust cover, is a placebo effect. So I'm very confident that there is an improvement in the sound without the dust cover that maybe most lay people wouldn't appreciate or even notice that much. But for me, in terms of enjoyment of the sound, the headphones with the 007 Mark 1s without the dust cover is vastly superior to the one with the dust cover. So the other aspect is removing this dust cover and using it without the dust cover is definitely more risky than using it with the dust cover. And so part of this video, I'm also going to be showing you how I reinsert the pads after I've removed the dust cover. So removing the dust cover part is pretty easy, but reinserting the pads and making sure you do that carefully and to not damage anything is very important. So here we go. I'm going to be showing you how I remove and reinsert the pads. Alright, this pair already has the dust cover removed, but the whole procedure and whatnot are very similar. To remove the ear pads, you would have to slowly pull out the ear pads and kind of slowly drag out this thin leather membrane away from the groove right here. So here I am going to be doing that slowly. So you can see here the leather membrane is slowly coming out of the grooves as I tug and move around the ear pads. So now the leather membrane is disconnected from inside of this groove, and I'm going to continue all around. It shouldn't require that much force. It's mostly about moving around the whole ear pad and slowly taking your time. Alright, once you have pretty much all of the leather membrane removed from the groove, you would want to slowly twist the ear pads away from the little metal pin insert here. There we go. So now we've removed the ear pad. And in the case where you're removing the dust cover, you just simply peel it off. It's not, the dust cover isn't in the ear pad with glue or anything. It's just basically a little insert that you just take off. And after you remove the dust cover, it actually becomes a lot easier to reinsert the ear pad. So what you do is you first of all want to take your time and have a clean and spacious workspace. And once again, it is a risky procedure, but I've done it a lot of times, and I kind of know kind of the basic strategies on how to do it. So you have this little metal pin here that you're supposed to insert into the center of the headphone right here. And what you want to do is you want to take the leather membrane, the thin leather membrane, and kind of stretch it out like this. And you want to angle the ear pad and the groove such that you can get a large piece of the membrane into the groove, like so. So now you see I kind of stretched out the membrane like this, a little bit taut, and then I stick it into the groove on one side and make sure I can get as much of the membrane into the groove as possible. And after that, I will spin the headphone around, and you can see, I'm not sure you can see that the pin isn't in the center hole yet. And right now, I guess I can put the pin in the center hole by simply removing it and sticking it in the center hole like this. But I don't want to stick it all the way in because I want more room to reinsert the leather membrane into the surrounding grooves. So what I continue to do is I spin the ear pad around like this, and I continue sticking my hand. I can stick my hand into behind the membrane like this, because now I don't have the dust cover to block my fingers anymore, and I can slowly use my fingers to guide the membrane into the groove and continue spinning and sticking my finger behind here and guiding it into the groove. It doesn't have to be all the way in, as long as the membrane is kind of on top of the groove. Later on, once we spin the ear pad, it will fall into place. So I continue sticking it in like this and spinning it, taking my time. You might want to be doing it a little bit slower than I am, because if it's your first time, and from time to time you do want to check that the center pin is still in the hole in the middle, just so it doesn't get dislodged. So then I continue spinning around. Like so. So this is pretty much the last part here. And that's it. Once the whole membrane is pretty much on top of the groove, you can just simply spin the pads slightly like this. Just spin the pad this, and it will slowly move into place. The membrane will move into the the groove by itself. And so that's it. We're done. So you can see that the ear pad is properly seated in the grooves all the way around, and now there's no more dust cover, and you can simply reposition and move the pad to your desired position afterwards. So hope you found that helpful. Once again, do this at your own risk. It's definitely more risky to use the headphones without the dust cover, but I find that it sounds a lot better. And I've used these headphones for over 5 years now without the dust cover and haven't had any issues. Thanks for watching.